Hello, this is a demonstration of monitoring a CloudStack cloud using Zenoss. We'll be walking through how to use the CloudStack Zenpack and seeing the capacity, usage, and event information that you'll get from CloudStack. The first thing you want to do is install the CloudStack Zenpack. I've already done that on this system, and we can verify that by looking under Advanced and Zenpacks. See that the CloudStack Zenpack is installed and the version that's installed. Now the first thing we want to do here is add a cloud into Zenoss. We do that by going to the infrastructure page and choosing this add button at the top of the grid. We're going to choose add CloudStack and put in the URL. The only part of the URL you actually have to put in is the protocol, HTTP or HTTPS, the host name, cloudstack2.zenos.loc in my case, and optionally a port. In my case I'm using the default port, so I'm not going to specify it. Then you need the API key and the secret key to your cloud. These can be found by logging into the CloudStack Management Console under Accounts. I'm going to paste mine in because these are long strings. And click Add. I can choose to view the job log, so I can see the discovery process as it happens and any information, errors, or otherwise that might come up. And you can see it discovering. It found that in this cloud, it's a very small test cloud. It has one zone, one pod, 3 clusters, and 6 hosts. Now if I go back to the infrastructure page, I'll see that I now have that CloudStack cloud in my Zenoss system. To get more detail about that, I'll just click into it. And what you'll see here, over on the left, I'll skip past these first, but can go straight to the graphs that are available. So there are graphs available at all different levels of granularity within your cloud here. You can see them as we are right now at the entire cloud level, aggregated up from the hosts to the clusters, to the pods, to the zones, all the way to the cloud to see your total allocation percentage on memory, CPU, primary storage, and your total usage percentage at the cloud. Here you see there are a little bit more when we're dealing with usage. You have your public, your private IPs, your memory, your CPU, your primary, and your secondary storage. And then as you go down further, you see the actual values instead of the percent allocation or the percent utilization. How many total public IPs? 72, 11 of which are used. Private IPs, total of 20 with 2 used. So forth, down through the memory, the CPU, and you see we do differentiate between the over-provisioning factors and the real physical totals. So you can see how your allocation and usage plot against both your raw physical resources and your over-provision limits. All the way down through primary storage, secondary storage, and network usage. And as we go up through the zones, you'll see basic information about the zones in the grid on the top, how many pods, clusters, and hosts make up that zone. And again, the same kinds of metrics you saw at the cloud level, but here we're broken down by the metrics for an individual zone. And we can get a little bit more detail about these zones. We can see all of the hosts that are in this zone, all of the clusters that are in this zone, all the pods that are in this zone. And for each one of these levels of granularity or aggregation, you can again see the same metrics. These are pod specific. These would be the metrics for just this individual host. We can see more hosts in here. We have a Zen server host in here. See that its utilizations. And one other thing you can see on each host is if you're also using Zenoss to monitor the hosts themselves, the operating systems that the hypervisors are running on, we'll pick that up and we'll link it for you. So we can drill directly from this host within CloudStack to the device within Zenoss. And I'll pop open another tab to that. And you can see it's your typical Linux server and how that would be monitored in Zenoss. Finally, what we can see here is we do collect events and alerts from CloudStack as well. Right, so we can see CloudStack specific events. We see users logging in. We can get details about that. We can see which user it was that logged in, whether it was successful or not. And these are coming straight out of the alerts or events that you have in CloudStack. So, in summary here, what does Zenoss give you on top of what the CloudStack Management Console already gives you is you can get capacity and utilization metrics stored over time, not just the current snapshot. You can get the metrics at any level of granularity, even all the way up to the cloud as a whole, all the zones aggregated together. You can monitor multiple clouds in one place without having to jump around to different management consoles. And you get integration of CloudStack monitoring with all of the server and network and other infrastructure monitoring that Zenoss does. And finally, you get more full-featured event and notification management. You can find more documentation and downloads for the CloudStack ZenPack on GitHub at the project site. It's github.com/zenos/zenpacks.zenos.cloudstack. And you scroll down, you have the documentation and the links to all of the downloads. So thanks for watching.